Yo guys, welcome back to another Call the Wild Angler video. In today's video we're going to be getting out onto Spain and checking out some of the diamond location you guys have managed to find for the pumpkin seeds. Very difficult fish to find, but I'm super keen on getting out and trying to find some. We're going to talk through the baits, the rigs, and of course the location, guys. If you do enjoy this kind of content on the Angler, consider subscribing. 10k, here we come. Drop a like on the video, leave a little comment. More importantly, sit back, enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll catch you all in stream next time, guys. Peace. Right, guys, before we start, we'll talk through the rig and the setup I'm using. I'm using the Lucia rod. I'm sure that's the rod you get from doing the missions on the Spain Reserve. A free rod and reel in the start missions, which is super neat. This is the Halloween reel that was able to be bought in the Golden Ridge Reserve souvenir shop. The seasonal rod and reel you could buy. We're using 22-pound fluorocarbon. I do not know why I'm using 22-pound fluorocarbon. I don't know. It's on there, so we're going to use it. It's a bit overpowered, but it is what it is. Just a basic waggler, size 8 hook, and a bloodworm for these pumpkin seeds. Now, let's get to location number 1, guys, and see what we can find. Right, guys, arriving at location number 1, and I can tell you now this is one of the prettiest little lakes that I've fished on the new reserve. We're going to get around to that jet there. And I'm going to talk through the 2 methods I'm going to be using while trying to fish for these pumpkin seeds. And I'm going to talk through why one of them is more favourable. Is that even a word? I think it is. One of them is more favourable for myself, just for the speed you're catching the fish, guys. But let's get set up on this jet there and we'll catch up with you when we're there. Right, we're here now. So I'm just going to fish at 0.7 deep for these pumpkin seeds. Usually you can see them on the surface. I can see one, well, I can't see one there. I can see a pumpkin seed there and bass. So I've fished this location before with no one else other than the main man himself, Tony. We were out looking for some locations quite a while back, but I'm just going to fish at 0.7 deep and we'll see what we can get from doing this, guys. And this is with the size 8 hook with the bloodworm on. Right, as you can see, the pumpkin seed is finally managed to get in. Now, bear in mind with these fish, why I prefer using the next method we're going to be using is because of how slow these guys approach the float. They come over to the float so slowly, but this is our first pumpkin seed from this location, and we're going to talk through the hook sizes as we fish. So what's that there? That's a silver pumpkin seed and a size 8. Now, it's fair to say, if you use, because I'm using a size 8 hook for these pumpkin seeds and we caught a silver, you could probably jump up to a size 7, which, I'm trying to explain it to you. If you're catching silvers on a size 8, if you jump up to a size 7, there's a good chance you're going to get golds and diamonds with a size 7. So if I have a 7, we'll put a 7 on. I'm not prepared, guys, but our first fish is a silver pumpkin seed from this location. I want to catch quite a few from each location because I think there's 3 spots I want to show you. And then we'll move on, but I'll show you the location after we've caught a few, guys. And while we're waiting, once again, as usual, always refer back to your handbook, guys. Always, it tells you everything you need to know about these guys. My webcam's gone blurry, unblur. The habitats are shallow ponds, deep ponds, lake shores. Bait and lure preferences, bloodworms, redworms, hot dogs. The reason I'm not using redworms here as much is because the bass are going to hammer me if I use the redworms. So we're sticking with bloodworms. There's a good chance you can still catch bass with bloodworms. But I can bet if I put a redworm on, we'd be hammered by a bass. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use the bloodworm, guys. But the handbook is crucial. I always refer back, still myself, just constantly referring back to the handbook, guys. So let's get into some more of these pumpkin seeds. Right, guys, I've just had a PC crash. My PCs are down, so it's just crashed. So I've had to rejoin a different server, and it's literally breaking like early morning. I think it's like 5:45 in the morning in this server. Now, there's a secondary method you can use to catch these pumpkin seeds, which I have tried and tested, and it's been very, very good because usually the pumpkin seeds can take a long while to travel from where they're at to your float. You can see them, they're super slow, the fish. So the method that I'm going to be using this time, we'll have a cast and show you, is I'm going to be jigging for these guys. And I've got my brass monkey, my camera and reel, 6-pound monofilament, a size 10 small jig head, and the tube, this guy that fits it. And all that you do is you cast that out. Which rod is it? Number 2, I think. Yeah, so you just cast that out. Let it sink right down to the bottom. I drop it to a 1 speed because they are slow fish. Jig it on the way down and then just consistently reel it back in. And I was getting a fish every cast doing this with the pumpkin seeds. It's just a little bit more active than sat there with a float. So we'll just wait and see if I can pick some up doing this. Might be a little bit early. Oh, there we go, straight into one. It's a fisher cast, which is just a lot better than the float fishing in some circumstances. Some people enjoy the float fishing aspect. I love float fishing, but I also love lure fishing in this game. So we'll reel this guy in, see what he is, and we're going to bounce to another server because I'm running out of time from restarting my PC because I've got a lot to do today. But yeah, we'll get this guy reeled in. I'll show you this location where people have been catching diamond pumpkin seeds from, and then we're going to zip over to the next location after this. It's not a bad one. That's a silver, I think. Is it a silver? I think. I might be wrong. Oh, it's a bronze. That is tiny. So I'm using a size 10 jig head, but you can mess about with the size of your jig head. But remember, we were catching a silver on the size 8 with bloodworms. So you can nearly bet if you put a 7 on, you're going to be getting them golds and diamonds for the pumpkin seeds, guys. So let's show this location and let's zip over to then location number 2, guys. But before that, where I'm fishing here is the starter outpost is there. If you just come dead south from the starter outpost over these mountain ridges, and we are down here in this little tiny lake just to the right hand side of that outpost there, guys. And let's move on to location number 2. Right, guys, we're arriving at location number 2. Now, this location, you can in fact get up a little bit on this rockfish just so you can see the water a little bit better. We are gonna fish back on the float with this one, and this is where some people have been catching some trophy pumpkin seeds. And once again, I'm just gonna catch a couple of fish from this location, show the spot, and then we're gonna move on, guys. But I'm back fishing with the float setup just for the purpose of this video. I was gonna use the jig, but that's just me letting you know another method for these pumpkin seeds, guys. And if you have already got a diamond pumpkin seed, let me know in the comment section, guys, or let me know your biggest pumpkin seed you've got so far in the game. Here we go, we've got one coming in. It does not look like a bad one, to be honest. Is that just going to be a silver? It does in fact look like a decent little pumpkin seed. It's probably going to be a bronze, knowing me, but it does look like a nice little pumpkin seed, that one does. I'm going to catch one from here, show the location, and we're going to zip on because we're going to spend a little bit more time in the next location. That's because it's a spot where a lot of people have been getting the trophy pumpkin seeds from. So we're going to get over there and spend a little bit more time there. But I just want to talk through a couple of spots before we get over to the main spot, just in case you guys want to try to get one from here. But let's get this guy in and see what we've got here. I don't know what it's going to be. What is it going to be? Oh, it's a gold. Let's go. That's my biggest pumpkin seed as well, guys. Let's go. A nice little gold pumpkin seed. What a beaut, huh? Nice, super chuffed with that, guys. So I'll show you the location where we've just had this little guy from. Me and Tony found this on day 1 of release as well, this spot. We were looking for spots where we might find pumpkin seeds, trying to work out some hotspots, and we didn't realize it was a hotspot at the time. And it's a tiny little lake, guys. I'll show you exactly where we are. We are up in the hills, so the starter outpost is there. And if you just come south once again, just over this mountain range, follow the river down when you get to this outpost here. So I'll try and zoom so you can see the starter outpost at the top of the screen there. Just come down to where this outpost is, and then up in the mountains there's this tiny little lake up here, and it's a known spot for trophy pumpkin seeds, guys. Now move on to the best location, location number 3. Right, guys, we're arriving at location number 3, and just before we start, if you are watching this content still and you're enjoying the content on the Angler, we have a channel that's got an array of guides on the Angler from Golden Ridge Reserve to Norway, and of course we're getting to Spain guides now. So if you would consider subscribing to the channel, guys, I would be much appreciated. It helps the channel out so much. We're on our way to 10k subs now. Big up all the new subs, guys. So let's get into location number 3. And we're going to float fish this one like I did last time, but I might spend a little bit more time here and just see if we can't get anything nice from it, because it is a known spot for big pumpkin seeds. So let's see what we can get into here, guys. Here we go. We've got one on the way in now. While we were just waiting for this one to get in, let me just try and briefly talk about the hook sizes. This is the hook sizes that I think might be the right ones for the pumpkin seed. So we've been using a size 8, which we've been catching silvers, golds on, and you can also catch diamonds on that. So I would safely say that size 8 is silvers, golds, and diamonds. Therefore, I would say somewhere in the region of a size 7 would be golds and diamonds only for the pumpkin seeds, guys. But don't take that as 100%. That's just what I'm getting from recording and fishing for these guys. So size 7 for golds and diamonds, maybe even a size 6 for diamonds only, guys. But I'd just stick with a size 8 if you're out there fishing for these, to be honest. And we're into this one now. Let's see what this one is. I think this is going to be a silver. If this is a bronze, and it throws all that out the window, so I'm thinking this is a silver. There we go, it is. So a size 8 is catching your silvers, so size 7 would be the one you want to use if you want to catch golds and diamonds for the pumpkin seeds, guys. Okay, so start outpost there, guys. Come down along the river, down the river to this point of interest, and to where this little bay is here on the river. The cave entrance is there just for anybody that's trying to wonder where this is. They've been getting diamond pumpkin seeds from all around that area there, guys. So listen, I hope you enjoyed the video. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Drop a little like on the video, leave a little comment, join our Discord, link will be in the description. Blah 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 blah. Tight lands, enjoy it, and I'll catch you on the stream next time, guys. Peace.